Canelo Alvarez. Through all the talk with Canelo, I was looking at Canelo's record. You know, I'm try to be somewhat student of the game and do my homework. I just don't want to look at a boxer a couple of times. I try to study it, you know, everything about him. I want to know about what he's doing. But Canelo, what I found fascinating about Canelo Alvarez is that he's had 59 fights. He has 59 fights with 17 knockouts. So I was thinking of all the fights that he's had and the fights that we have just seen. So Canelo was only 30 years old. So as you can see, where I'll put the stamp right there so you can see his age. If you can't see it, I'm putting the stamp right here by this 30. He's 30 years old. So he's had 59 fights, right? Right here, where you see the hearts, 59 bouts. So we'll see how Canelo got here. So Canelo started his career in 2005, as you see. He had started off with 5 wins, then he ran into a draw. I put a stamp by this guy's name just in case it's too small. Right here, when you see the red dot pop up right there, Jorge Juarez. And if you haven't seen Jorge Juarez through everybody that's a boxing fan, you know who Jorge Juarez is. And so I can see why that fight was a draw. So he went on to have just maybe looks like about a 20, 30 win streak. I'm not really counting because he got so many fights. I'm just trying to lead you to his next problem. And that wasn't until from 2005 till 2013 is when he ran into a hiccup. So that's a long time to fight without being, you know, not having a loss. And I'm gonna put the star by Floyd Mayweather's name. If you can see that right there, you can see as he lost to Floyd Mayweather in 2013. And then he goes on, and he doesn't have another hiccup until he runs into Gennady Golovkin, Triple G. We all know Triple G. Yeah, and I'm waiting. I hope they can have a third fight. I put the heart by Gennady Golovkin's name. As you can see, Canelo had a draw against him. And so that was in 2017. So then he goes on with just a win streak. And from 2005 till today's date, to Billy Joe Sanders. And so what I found really fascinating about Canelo, as he's only 30 years old. So if Canelo is 30 years old and he started in 2005, so that means he was 14. But what I want to give you a quick overview of how many fights he was fighting per year. That's what amazed me. And he started off in 2005, he had 2 fights. So 2006, he had 7 fights. So out of those 7 fights, that's when he suffered the draw to Jorge Juarez. 2007, another 7 fights. And 2008 was his highest fight peak of his career. He fought 8 times that year. 2007, he fought 7 times again. Then he started to decline in 2010, where he only had 5 fights. 2011, he had 4 fights. 2012, he only fought twice. Now, 2013, remember, that's when he lost to Mayweather, but he also fought Austin Trout before he fought Mayweather that year. So he had 2 fights in that year. 2014, 2 fights. 2015, 2 fights. 2016, 2 fights. 2017, remember out of the 2 fights he had in 2017 against Triple G, one of those was a draw. Then he fought twice in 2018, and he fought twice in 2019. 2020, as we all know, it was a pandemic, so he only fought once. But Canelo Alvarez has fought twice this year. My question is Canelo the most active fighter of our generation? Are we witnessing greatness happening before our eyes? Is there anybody out there like an active fighter today with a busier record than Canelo? If so, I would like to know. That's what this boxing channel is all about. So, we switching information. So if you know somebody out there that's been more of an active fighter than Canelo at this point, leave a comment and let me know. I would like to know that. I know Mike Tyson was pretty active earlier, but these are some astonishing numbers coming from Canelo Alvarez. So I was just being a boxing fan, doing some research and seeing Canelo's record. I was like 59 fights, so I can remember maybe, I would say maybe 10 fights from Canelo, like me watching personally, when Canelo came on board. So he's been fighting for a while. If he fought Mayweather, he fought Floyd Mayweather in 2013. So I have to take that back. I may have seen about 20 fights of Canelo. Yeah, so after about 2011, I didn't really know who Canelo Alvarez was. But I would like to know what you think about this, and are we witnessing a great fighter right in front of our eyes? Canelo Alvarez. I have to take my hats off to Canelo. Canelo is a fighting machine.